I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I got my big pig cup of coffee, and I like my coffee black, and I am enjoying my time. I'm actually waking up, and after that Toho 6 run, I'm actually kind of awake because that run was absolutely insane. I am super excited to check out this Earthbound run. What is Pokey percent?
I will talk a little bit more about the category as we get in,
Okay.
because Earthbound starts with a nice, big, fat, long cutscene that we're just gonna have to sit and watch. But we will get into some of the particulars about the category as we get in. And I think I know all the naming bid wars are closed. It is Misako and the Jeffs today. Misako is 6 letters. I shortened it the way it did because otherwise it looked like either Miss Akko or Miss KO. So I shortened it the way I did. We have plenty of GIFs on the table today. And then that last bid war is going to be running roughly through 2/3 ish of the run to choose the 2 bonus party members we'll be taking with us. Other than that, I am all set, and I think I've got I do have the timer button right here. Let's see. Yep, that works good because timer did not start for me earlier. So let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and turn the
luck, have fun.
console volume up. You could listen to OC Remix for the whole run. I mean, I'm okay with that, but I am going to need the audio cues for a couple of things.
Nice. Earthbound is very, very cool.
So this is a Pokey percent run, but maybe actually not, and that's one of the things you'll be able to determine with the bid war. If Pokey doesn't make it out of his own bid war, Pokey will be mercilessly and ruthlessly cut from his own speed run today, which is gonna be fun, because that'll make a little bit more sense and follow the plot of the game a little bit closer. But if Pokey does stay around, we're going to be putting him in Ness's place in the party. The first thing we're actually going to do here is eliminate Ness from the timeline. Ness can go somewhere else, go save another universe. Depending on which fan theories you subscribe to certain other games that may or may not be inspired by this one. Maybe he goes over there, maybe not. The first thing we're going to do is hit the reset button on the console. This is not traditional. I think I've got my my speakers on. There we go. In the sense where we're starting with a pre-made save file with like boosted stats and such, and carrying that file all the way through. But we are going to be using these other save files to do a couple of different glitches to get our play file through. But we do need to get that first save file from the start of the game to the end. Get down these steps. Then I can talk a little bit more about how stairs work in Earthbound. The development cycle for Earthbound was difficult, to say the least. And certain things you might think are pretty simple, like walking up and down stairs, could be very, very complicated. As you can see, getting the game over the way we did on that staircase has moved Pajama Ness over to said staircase. And I'm sorry, Jeff, it's right there on the screen even. And we could say goodbye to Jeff. We have other Jeffs, but that Jeff, is no longer part of this speedrun. Oh, hey, thank you. That's on me. I've got my Gym Cats estimate on the screen. Hey, yeah, let's PV about like 25 minutes today. Let's do that. Sounds good to me. So now that we've gotten rid of Jeff, we're going to be playing as Jeff. We actually do have to play this vanilla for a little bit. The game will not let us leave Snowwood until we get a pop gun. I think I lost my train of thought about the stairs. But when you step on a staircase in this game, Earthbound's going to do a couple of things to help you get up and down the stairs. One of the things it's actually going to do is move you couple of pixels over to make sure you're really on that top step of the staircase, but it doesn't do that by moving you X number of pixels. It really does that by moving you to a specific coordinate on the world map, and everything in Earthbound is on one big old world map file. And if you get a game over at just the right timing when you're standing on a staircase, the next time you take control of a character on any of your save files, the game still thinks it needs to move you to that staircase. There are certain other rules you need to follow for that glitch to actually work out, but that's the short version of what's going on there. The game thinks I just stepped on that staircase, and the text box, if you will, of getting a game over interrupted the teleport, and the game just doesn't clear out of memory that it needs to move me to that staircase. So it's going to send Pajamas over there. We're going to use that as a teleport tool a couple of times in the run. There's our pop gun. And we're out. So I learned something today because I kept forgetting what that character's name is, who Jeff calls to save the game. Because I said, well, we keep calling Maxwell Labs, but I don't think their name is Maxwell. It would be like Professor something, but no, their name is just Maxwell Labs, and it's confused me until this very day. Today I learned that character's full name is Maxwell Labs. With another stairs, and we're going to be seeing lots of these stairs glitches throughout the run. So if you missed it, you need to catch it again. We are going to see it again. This time I made sure to get the game over in the middle of the staircase, not on the top step or the bottom step, but right in the middle. And when you're on a staircase, the game actually lets you walk through walls. That's how you're going to be able to use your staircase. You're going through otherwise impassable terrain. And since I never got off the staircase, the game still thinks I'm on a staircase. So we're just going to go out of bounds here, right to the Onet drugstore. Grab a hamburger.
Get that hamburger.
We are here. Well, I would say for one thing only, but we did grab that hamburger. But we're here for one other thing only, and that is this town map. I'm just going to let us go to many other places while we're out of bounds, but not quite everywhere. If I took the time to go get the Sound Stone, I'd be able to walk out of bounds and go anywhere in the Earthbound universe I would want to go to. Unfortunately, I need to get the Sound Stone off of Ness, and that's very, very slow to do. Because once Ness gets the Sound Stone, you can't take it out of his inventory, say through your Swiss Cargo Express. So the process to actually do that is to pick up 19 cookies on Ness and then go get the Sound Stone, and that's just not fast. Reset.
MyOhMyke, this is a good time for a donation.
Absolutely.
We have $20 from Sporadic Erratic saying only one bonus party member? That won't do. My money goes towards Bubble Monkey.
Hey!
Thank you so much for the $20 donation. Yes, and I see it updated on the bid war. Thank you very much. That puts the total to $15,171 raised out of $20,000. Thank you.
I thought it was 15,000 for Bubble Monkey for a split second. Which means it's like 6 a.m. So I was like, what? He's like, there's no way. I heard that right.
$15,171 raised specifically. Bubble Monkey, look, that's a bid where that's completely taken over.
All right, so see on this trip out of bounds, I'm walking through the void quite a bit. If you listen to the music right there, the meteorite crashed again. So if I'm going to close the map here, the game's actually going to load in the graphics for where I'm standing. I just so happen to be in the hallway outside of Ness's bedroom. So now we're back home. And I did see in chat somebody say, hey, well, why not just memorize the map so you know where you're going? If you can't see it, for the most part, you can't interact with it. Like I know, and now I'm out in the town map, so it's not a good example, but I know out in the void there's something over there. It could be the drugstore, could be the pyramid, it could be anything. But if I can't see it, I probably can't. Like I can't go through a door if it's not loaded in visually. I can't talk to NPCs, and most things I can't interact with, but there are a couple of exceptions. You also notice the enemies are out, and normally your first trip up the hill here to go check out the meteorite, there are no enemies. The game determines whether or not it needs to, come here, spawn enemies through some flag that I wish was a little bit more manipulable, but since we started the Jeff sequence and got out of school, the game turned on the flag that turns on enemy spawns. So now we've got a not very dangerous trek up the hill. Especially since Jeff has a pop gun. The snakes I can defeat without even really fighting them. The crows are pretty easy to dodge, which means I'm probably about to fight this one because now I'm being sassy about it. Yep, come here.
Sassy.
And you're gonna dodge twice. Okay, you know what? Dodge a big bottle rocket then. What just happened? What just happened? All right. So the crows are the most powerful enemy in the start of the game. You should absolutely do your best not to fight them ever. And I'm gonna want that big bottle rocket back. You watch? That's okay.
I have no clue. That's just it's amazing.
Nah. You can run away and despawn enemies, but these are all one shot to me, except for the elite crow we just fought. I think you can also stutter step, but as I mostly speedrun Pajama Percent, I don't have a very strong stutter step game where you can kind of take very tiny steps where you can move, but the enemies won't chase you. But I think even then, I don't know if everything lets you skip by that way.
Wow, background guy says big bottle rocket equals 5 individual attacks with 80 to 120 damage each. Since Jeff has no speed and crows have, I think, 77 speed, the likelihood of hitting is very low.
So you tell me I didn't miss 4 times, I missed 7 times, is what I'm reading.
Pretty much.
It is good to have somebody in chat who does know the mechanics. Because I did know the big bottle rockets were multiple attack rolls.
Yes, you missed 7.
But your accuracy is also determined by speed. We are going to be picking up an item at some point in the run to boost Jeff's speed. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Oh, with that, is it okay? Is it safe for me to read another donation, MyOhMyke?
Absolutely.
All right, another $20 from Sporadic Erratic, saying, oh wow, some of the Final Fantasy IV characters haven't been named yet. That also will not do. This $20 says Cecil, pardon me, still waking up, shall be dubbed Fabio. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the $20. Cecil, not seesaw, Cecil. I need some more coffee, MyOhMyke. MyOhMyke, do you like coffee?
I've got an iced coffee right here in front of me, actually.
Coffee. Very nice. Yeah, I'm just drinking some nice. I have my coffee black in a very wonderful pig mug, and it says oink on it, and the pig is wearing a top hat. It's wonderful. Shout outs to chat. If anybody got coffee in chat, I'll post up. Coffee crew. Got the party of Jeffs. What was it? Jeff-bound. Jeff-bound Pokey percent.
Now, one of the things we just did is we got the phone call from Ness's dad. Now, we picked up the phone as Jeff, of course, but that phone call is really what differentiates this from Pajama Percent, which is the run I base this off of to begin with. In Pajama Percent, Ness has to stay in his pajamas. That's where the name comes from. But one of the side effects is you don't get far enough into the game to get that phone call from your dad. And if you don't get dad's phone number, you can't call him to save the game. So in Pajama Percent, your save points are very, very limited. But in this category, I'll be able to save at any phone booth, just like a normal playthrough of the game.
Oh, wow, nice. Dad hooking it up with them digits.
All right.
So just tossing this back in here again. So currently for this run, there is another bid war going on. It's the last bid war for this run. Not only that, were all the names bid wars. Those are all closed out. We have one more bid war going for choosing the bonus party members. Top 2 will be taken. Currently right now, out of the 5, we have Bubble Monkey and Buzz Buzz, both at $20. If you want to get some more donations in to start really making this bid war move, please get them in now. Just walking down the street, you know, not much to see here, just, you know, cruising in the desert.
Oh, I did not. I missed. I'm glad you said something because I missed my $1,000 back here. Yeah, there's $1,000 by the side of the road here that I forgot to grab.
Nice.
So good call. Let's get that.
Earthbound Pokey.
That's the reason why I went go around this way anyway.
Hey, can that $1,000 get donated towards Speedrun Ragnarok? Anybody got 1K that they can just drop? Jeff? I got a Jeff in chat. Ah, yes.
I'm gonna actually wait for that should be enough. Wait till I'm right above critical hit points here. And I do want to say I do have Sunstroke on my main save file now. That's a sad stuff to have on my other save files I use for the stairs glitch. But I'm going to be holding on to that SAS effect for a while, and that does make the screen blink. Earthbound in general is has a lot of flashing and blinking. I know every re-release of the game does many things to tone down those effects, and if photosensitivity is something that you need to take into consideration, this game is not the most friendly on that aspect. But this blinking is going to be staying around for a little while, unfortunately. I will be trying to get rid of it as soon as we can, but because of the stairs glitches I need to hold on to that for a couple of boss fights even, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. This.
The reason I needed it there is for that text box to appear at the stop. Let me heal. The top of the staircase, I had one more tech. If I get this that text box to appear at the right moment, it lets me go out of bounds on my main save file. And before we go fight our first boss fight of the run, I'm gonna go get me a safety teddy bear. Nice, comfy Air quote
Oh,
optional teddy bear that has a 75% chance of blocking an attack. On paper, 75%. Somewhere around here is, there we go, the department store.
I'm just asking again. You said teddy bear, correct?
Correct.
Can we please get bears in chat? And not only that, I saw the Miss Wonderful Sparko in chat, so we could probably get a couple more bears just going. You said what? 75%? Was it 70%?
75%. But it doesn't feel like that. It's another one of those RNG math moments. I'm gonna wait for critical hit points again. Might be
So
there,
it's
but
kind
yeah.
of an inconsistent bear hug, or maybe not even a bear hug at all. Is that what you're trying to tell me, MyOhMyke?
Yes.
Oh, frick.
The only two Earthbound speedruns I know that I've done are this one, which is my own invention based very, very heavily on Pajama Percent, which is extremely fun. If you want to get into an Earthbound speedrun, but glitchless looks very, very daunting to you, as it did to me, Pajama Percent is a good way to go about it. But both categories have a fairly difficult first boss fight. I definitely didn't get there, but we're gonna see what happens. That rely on quite a bit of RNG. In this one in particular, it's a solo fight as Jeff. That's going to open up the festivities. Oh, it did work. Look at that.
Very nice.
The reason why I need to go out of bounds from this room in particular is that it loads in that nice funky purple underground room there, and I'm gonna get my hand very, very far away from the town map button right now because we're walking through Threed. Threed is on the town map. Then we'll be going through the Dusty Dunes Darkness. No, the Deep Darkness, which is not on the town map. That's not where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to Dungeon Man. But Dungeon Man's also not on the town map, so it's not going to be... I can't load it in by opening and closing the town map, but that's okay. Because the ground there shares the same tile set with the staircase I just left, the ladder, if you will. So we're going to come up here a little bit further. So now we're inside Dungeon Man. I don't need to grab the Hawkeye in this run, so I'm just gonna hop down the hole. It'll fix the color scheme. I better heal.
That is absolutely insane.
I do need to be careful because enemies despawn on the level that I'm on, because I ate dirt the other day. I was not very happy about it, but got through to the submarine, no problem. So if that last stairs glitch, if you get it very good or very bad, if you get it just right, this submarine at some point will travel past the plane where the game suddenly thinks it needs to put you back on that staircase in Threed. So this is the longest submarine ride every time I take it, because at some point it needs to fade to black. That'd be great. That means we're good. But if it doesn't fade to black, then that means the submarine has floated off to Threed. Now we're good. I've had it happen once and I've been terrified of it ever since. Or the submarine will just do that little animation forever, and then you push the map button and you're in Threed. But the game is just completely frozen at that point. You're not going anywhere.
It's just a never-ending submarine trip.
Yeah, I didn't wait for it, but the submarine might go from Threed all the way back over to wherever it's supposed to go, but I didn't wait long enough to find out. When Earthbound breaks, it does some really funny things sometimes. It can handle some things very well. I've had the game divide by zero before, no problem. It handles other things very, very poorly. So it's always interesting to make this game do glitchy things.
Oh, that's a very nice total right now in the pocket. You just spent the money.
I just spent the money. Might need to hold on to my healing item, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap.
Oh, very nice. You know, MyOhMyke, every single time you keep saying, you know, the pajama percent, I feel for that right now because it feels like I'm hosting, you know, pajama percent right now because I'm in pajamas. Are you in pajamas? That's a quick question.
Yeah, I've got my I don't have my Nest pajamas on today, but usually I do for an Earthbound run. But I have pajamas that look like the pajamas that Nest wears.
Okay. I'm wearing some pretty cool little PJ pants that have birds on it. I'm just big chilling right now. This is nice and cozy. Alright, taking a look at donations. We have no other donations rolling in, but I'm going to put this plug in real quick because I need to hop on this. So the RPG Valkyries have an official merch shop, and it's back again with a wider selection of items than ever before. They have tees, hoodies, and tanks, but they've also added football jerseys, baseball tees, and face masks. They also have a limited edition logo series exclusive for this year. As always, all profits from the merch sales will be donated directly to Take This. Please get those donations in as well. We have a bid war going on. For choosing the bonus party members, the top 2 will be taken. MyOhMyke, if I talk too much, you could tell me to stop talking.
No, you're fine. No. The merchandise does look really good. I got a I've got a t-shirt. I've actually got 2. They look really good. I was thinking about picking up a mask as well, because the mask looks really sharp.
Right.
It's a good pattern for a mask.
Yeah, the merch is absolutely amazing. Is there a command for merch? Oh, there is. Look at that. Chat, it is incredibly early over here. Currently right now over here it's 4:40 a.m. Been up, dropping the host. This is absolutely wonderful to start my Saturday, seeing some Toho, and then not only that, some Earthbound. What is happening with the game right now, MyOhMyke?
So we're in an area called the Deep Darkness. There's a tree in front of me. Hold on. There we go.
It's really dark. I mean,
it is really dark. Usually you have a key item called the Hawkeye. When you use the Hawkeye, it'll turn the lights on, for lack of a better. You'll be able to see in the Deep Darkness. But I've got a very short trip here to the boss fight I need to get to. So I just don't get the Hawkeye. We're just gonna muddle about through the dark here. You do, for whatever reason, certain sprites are visible, which is enough to give me my, let me get my bearings.
Bearings? Did I hear bear? Bear in chat, please.
I'm gonna top off just in case. Since the return of Belch, this is Master Puke. If we win this boss fight, Jeff will join the party. In order to win this boss fight, I need this multi-bottle rocket to do good amount of damage. I need nausea not to happen. Teddy Bear did not block my nausea for me. I can still do another stairs glitch with the nausea, but Sunstroke takes off 2 hit points per tick, and that's really easy to work with. Nausea takes off 10 hit points per tick, and I'm gonna spend so much time healing back those hit points just to get the timing right, just to be able to save right. It just ends up, I eat up more time in menus and trying to find healing items, and it technically doesn't need to be a reset. I suppose you could do a backup route around it, but it just eats up so much money and time. And money is... Nope. I don't think I'll be able to run. Nope.
Speedruns of Earthbound look so difficult. This is easily one of my favorite games to watch people run, though.
Oh. Something's out there waiting for me in the void.
Oh, goodness.
Go away.
This is just lurking. It was dancing.
Yeah, waiting to pounce. What makes this boss fight so difficult from a luck standpoint is that the boss has multiple attacks, one of which is a continuous attack, which is just going to cause a game over. It's too much text to mash through to get to my turn through the rolling hit points, and it just deals way too much damage. For that, I definitely need a teddy bear to take that hit. The nausea is also really annoying. I usually just reset that. What usually ends up happening is either I don't need the teddy bear and I spend all that time going to get it, or I don't buy the teddy bear and I'm just eating resets all day on this. 961, that's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that, especially through the tiers. There we go. The teddy bear ate that nausea attack from me, so the teddy bear was a good buy today. And the teddy bear just ate another attack. Teddy bear put in work today. Can we get a damage roll? No, we can't get a good damage roll. So we passed one RNG check, but we didn't roll high enough on the damage. And this is where I'm actually still ahead of my splits, believe it or not. This is where all my resets are gonna go in this run, in the live run. But this one's a tougher first fight than in Pajama Percent, mainly because I'm just by myself. If I don't really get the good damage rolls, there's not a lot of backup around it. I just don't have enough extra ammo to throw at this boss. And once I get over here to get the death ray, which I could sell the death ray, that's a nice big chunk of change in my pocket, but now I can't go back to the store. I can't teleport over there. I can't really save and go back very easily. Oh, you know what? Because when you're walking into deep water, you also take damage, so I don't want to get a double tick and then eat dirt here.
Goodness gracious, this is ridiculous.
Now, if you're very lucky, one multi-bottle rocket will end the fight. Bye-bye, teddy bear, again. But I didn't get tears, so you might... Okay. I was gonna say, we might get a better damage roll. So I've managed to... I'm not good enough at this to do this on purpose. I duplicated my multi-bottle rocket. That or I misput something in the menu, but I'm pretty sure I just duplicated my multi-bottle rocket. I don't even know how it works. I just know it's a thing, and I managed to pull it off. So I'm gonna take this. I take this one right here. Boom.
Let's go.
Let's
Very
go.
nice. Good job. That's when you know you have skill.
That has something to do with the way you grab an item out of your inventory and the way I shouldn't even try to explain it. But it's not something you route around. It's not consistent enough to be routed around, as far as I know. And I guess that would be a glitch. That's definitely not in glitch list.
Very wonderful. Good job.
And this is a fantastic time to talk about the charity, pitch the bid war, read any donations, because we're going to be leveling up quite a bit here.
Cool, yeah. So we don't have any further donations coming in right now, but the total currently is sitting at 15,191 out of that 20,000 stretch goal that we're trying to reach right now for the bid war. With that, nothing has changed. We still have Bubble Monkey and Buzz Buzz for the top 2 party members that will be taken. But real quick, dropping a quick plug. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. Take This exists to let people know that it's okay not to be okay. No one is alone in their struggles with mental health, and there is always hope for improvement, and that is absolutely true. I am currently seeking therapy for PTSD and things like that, so please donate for this cause as well. It's absolutely wonderful. Waking up with Earthbound, MyOhMyke, this is absolutely wonderful.
Oh, look at all the friends I'm making over here. I want to teleport out of here, but that's usually the safe spot I put the teleport in, and there are a bunch of enemies that are starting to come up here and try. Now that we have teleport though, even being here is a lot safer. When you are teleporting, you will move, but enemies will not. So if you're really in a pinch, you need to get out of a sticky spot, you can get away from encounters that way. We also noticed we leveled up a ton. That's great. I got a bunch of new stats. I have a bunch of extra hit points. That's normally all good stuff. Unfortunately, I need Jeff to be at critical hit points, and he is way above that number right now. So you're gonna see me buy a couple of skip sandwiches. Excuse me, it's a couple of skip sandwiches here. Which let me move very quickly. I'm just not going to use them all right now. Because if I go too fast, I'm gonna end up waiting for hit points a little bit later on. It is possible to go a little too fast sometimes in this game, which is always frustrating in a speed run, but we'll work around it. Our next step is to get Paula in the party. We've got a little bit of questing to do before she'll actually join the party. And you can do other things to get your full party together very, very quickly, such as skipping ahead to the part of the game where you're introduced to Pooh, and Pooh completes his training. I'm sorry, Jeff completes his training and levels up, and then we'll reunite with the rest of the party. That will bring your full party together. That will also bring Ness back into the party, and Ness no longer exists. We can't bring him back, and if he does come back, we can't get rid of him again. So we've got to add our party members one by one, simply so we can keep the trade in place of Pokey for Ness. No crows today. Good, because they were mean to me earlier. That crow, man. So when you come into Cabin to get the Franklin badge, the game does two things in the background. It's going to turn off damage over time effects. That way I can't get a game over and skip this cutscene outside. It really wants me to go outside and talk to evil Pokey. We have good Pokey. We have Pokey Prime in our party, so this has to be evil Pokey. The other thing it does is it turns off random, I keep saying random because it turns off enemy spawns, which means right now no enemies are going to spawn. Those sprites are there, but no other enemies are going to spawn in, and that's going to be the case until I fight Pokey. The game just doesn't think we're going to have teleport yet, so we still haven't fought Pokey, so there's no enemies in the game right now. There are, again, as anything in Earthbound, there are a couple of exceptions, but enemy spawns are not something we're going to be concerned about for the rest of the run.
Okay. It's very, very interesting. There's a lot that's going into this.
Now, of those two effects, when I load back into that first save file, I do get damage over time effects turned back on. I don't know why that turns on, but not, wow, I hit continue, but not the enemy spawns. That's really good because again, I need to get Jeff back to critical hit points, and if he wasn't taking damage over time, I wouldn't be able to go out of bounds on that first save file.
Very interesting. What is happening again, Mike?
So we're actually going to take a trip. I'll show it off real quick. Right here, this part of the void is the is where Car Painter is. That's where in Happy Village. That's where my boss fight is in order to get the key to get Paula free. But it's not on the town map. So I've got to find another way to load in the graphics here so I can walk through the door and go fight my boss fight. So I'm gonna take a very long out of the way trip through the void here. And I'm just gonna mash this map button because as soon as I'm able to open the town map, I'll be where I want to be. Boom. There we go. That's not actually the room I want. Over here, this funky looking purple room, weird music. We're gonna go all the way back. We're actually gonna go literally right back to where we started. If I'll go ahead and I'll need to take a couple of steps over, but you'll actually hear the drugstore music. That would be the Winter's Drugstore. We're gonna pass right through. You're gonna hear probably the same music all over again. We'll be going through Summers shortly. Hear the Winter's Drugstore music, but the graphics are going to be different because we have the right tile set loaded in.
This is just crazy.
Fine. Here it is. There's where we started our journey. And right back up here.
Wonderful.
I could have cast freeze. That's okay.
Jeff and Jeff.
I legitimately got confused because I didn't understand how Jeff had the Franken badge and got hit with lightning, but they're different Jeffs, not the same Jeff.
Ooh, I love croissants.
Now we can go, got the key to the cabin, we can go free Paula. Pokey and whatever that event is that's outside the cabin. I forgot what actually happens, but he throws some encounter at you, but they're gone. I do have to be careful when I leave not to trigger the photo opportunity, however.
These names. And
now we have the party the game absolutely intended us to have, which is Sako, Jeff, and Pokey, and a teddy bear. now I can talk a little bit about the money route in this category. Normally in Earthbound, when you defeat enemies, you don't get money. Ness's dad will deposit a certain amount of money into your bank account. It's just a slightly different take on the same mechanic of why do all of these enemies carry money anyway. So in Earthbound, they really don't. Your dad just happens to give you an allowance, or however you'd like to define that. We don't have Ness or that particular Jeff, so we don't have an ATM card. But we do need access to that bank account to get that money. This nice person here who's hiding out in the deep darkness will access that money for us.
Nice.
However, they will charge us a very hefty fee to do so. Whatever it is we want to withdraw, that's the fee we pay. So as far as money I earn through combat, I get access to exactly half of it through this run. That's not great. That's not a great return on my investment.
No, it's not at all.
Wait for critical hit points here.
Cinder says in chat, okay, I never played Earthbound, so trying to follow what's going on is actively hurting my brain. And you know what's crazy? I watch a lot of Earthbound speedruns, and I don't know of any speedrun that I've watched that doesn't hurt my brain. Earthbound is just a very interesting game to watch being ran. It's one of the most fascinating, in my opinion, also. Because this game can break like no one else's business.
All right. Knock on wood. If A, I get the stairs glitch right, and B, we win this boss fight, this is the last time we need to use this 3 save file, which is great because it's such a long walk around and it feels so bad when you miss it. It's really not that hard. Once you get the knack for it, it looks a little more complicated than it really is. If you take this path around to the left, which is not how it was originally found, but if you take this path to the left, you get a lot of extra time to get to this spot here, and you kind of just wait for the flash, up against the wall. You'll get your timing here to hit that bottom step right at the right time. But if you bonk to the bus stop sign is what usually gets me, or if you bonk on something else, it does eat into that time. And then you have the other half of the trick on top of it too.
I actually got a DM, MyOhMyke. I have a question from someone asking, who's the best doggo for the bonus party members incentive?
The bus doggo is King. It's Ness's pet dog, whose default name is King. Let me not teleport right now. Hold on. So it'll be no, it'll be Bosco in this run.
Yep, Bosco. Just remember.
And we're back at those stairs again. Actually drew me to picking up Pajama Sun to begin with. Was that you get this weird like medley of the music when you go out of bounds here, which is really fun. Earthbound's one of my favorite games, so it was one of the things where I didn't really want to speedrun it because I like it too much. I'm gonna want to just stop and play it. But this one skips so much of the run, and it does it in such a weird way that it keeps the same kind of charm that I like from the game. I don't really have an interest in learning the longer ones because I'm just gonna want to play Earthbound is what's gonna happen. That is not a super bomb. Oh, good. So the Starman here, if he casts, let's see, I have a super bomb. Okay, good. That's where my super bomb went. If the Starman's cast Starstorm, it will wipe my party. But as you can see there, right until I said there, what you could see is that this game runs on rolling hit points. When you take damage, it doesn't all get subtracted immediately. It'll tick down one by one. In Pajama Prince, Jeff's very low level for this fight, so if he gets hit with Starstorm, you could mash as quickly as you could possibly mash. You're not going to get the Jeff's turn in time to shoot the bottle rocket and get the damage off in time. Because even though he'll have, air quote, 0 hit points, if you could get to Jeff's turn before he actually hits 0, it'll act like he's a living party member. He's not knocked out yet. The nice thing about this category is we come into this fight with plenty of hit points. Now I got good RNG, didn't cast Starstorm, but even if it would have been a full party wipe, you're probably gonna get through the fight if you can just have just enough hit points to mash your text boxes. A big level up sequence for Misako here this time. Forgive me for forgetting. Misako, I believe, is from River City Girls. I believe is where the name came from. Well, I mean, I guess it's just a name, but I think that's what the inspiration was. Is Misako the one who does the Stone Cold Stunner? Because when I unlocked it in that game, that was all I did for the rest of my playthrough.
Oh, the Stone Hand special attack?
In River City, in the new one, River City Girls, one of the special moves, it's a Stone Cold Stunner. It does the kick to the stomach, grabs him by the head, and gives him a stunner.
That's
like
right.
Stone Cold.
Yes, it is.
Which is the only thing I wanted to do after that, is just stun everybody. On our way out, I'm gonna take a little bit extra time to grab some items, just to help the cash flow a little bit.
Just looking real quick. Let me see if any other donations rolled in. No further donations. I would like to give a shout out though and let you know, MyOhMyke, that the 2 bid wards, naming Ness and naming Paula, raised a lot of funding towards Speedrun Ragnarok and support for Take This. Jeff, renaming Ness, won with $118. And then Misako for renaming Paula, won with $50. And across the board, just big numbers raised for this block for renaming the characters. It's quite amazing. And not only that, let's not forget, we have another bid ward going right now for choosing the 2 or the bonus party members. Currently, it's Monkey and Buzz. So get those donations in and put it towards this incentive, or bid war, excuse me.
I just grabbed the exit mouse in order to leave the Starman base. If I tried to just walk out, assuming you don't die along the way, I'm going to run into the big eraser statue, and I don't have the eraser, which is a thing in this game. If you have not played through Earthbound casually, it is a lot of fun. There's an eraser, and I don't have it, so I need to use an exit mouse to escape. The thing with the exit mouse is it doesn't take you to the exit of the dungeon you're in. It takes you to, it doesn't take you to the entrance of the dungeon you're in, the cave you're in. It takes you to the entrance you last used. Now, we didn't go to the Starman base through the front door. We went out of bounds to go there. So the last cave I actually entered was the cave outside of where you find Paula. So that's where the exit mouse took me. It doesn't know where else to go, which is a very handy shortcut. Let's grab the book. Let's see, the book of Overcoming Shyness. We're gonna head back to the Tenda village here as soon as I get a little bit of shopping done. And the Tenda are very, very nice. They're very sweet. They want to help us save the world. They really, really do. But they're extremely shy. So we found a library book that's gonna help them out called the Book of Overcoming Shyness. If they can overcome their shyness. Don't mash with B, people. So let's try that again. That's not deposit either. Alright. Take this one step at a time. Withdraw. 500. There we go. Ooh.
That's a very nice total as well of money that you have.
Oh, I see.
It's very nice. MyOhMyke, another quick question that I usually ask everyone who's running the games. How long have you been speedrunning Earthbound?
Earthbound? Off and on. I guess my first speedrun was, I'll say 3 years ago. It may not have been quite that long. For Midwest Speed Fest 2018, I submitted the run as a solo run, but it ended up being a race against the person who held the world record at that time. And I wanted to make the race close, so I grinded the game for so long. Won the race against all odds. Won the race against Ultimate. Couldn't believe it, and just didn't play the game again for like a year, maybe a year and a half, because I was over it. I was, but I've been getting back into it again recently, because I've just missed it. I missed the music, I missed the sprite work, I missed the game making me upset in new and frustrating ways every now and then, but I had to take a break, and that was just for one race, because I know people will grind the same game for just years and years and years, and I don't know how they do it. Because I did that for 3 weeks, just only played Earthbound, didn't play anything else. Any free time I had was trying to get my time down for that race, and I just couldn't look at the game anymore. I don't know how people do it.
Dedication, and that's amazing. I mean, that you're back, just when you like a game so much and you love a game so much, and you just feel the fact of just coming back to it to play it because you have that much love for a game. That's very, very cool.
Opportunity here to enter the player name, and while I'm doing this and mashing through some text, there's a good opportunity to talk a little bit about Take This, who is going to be our player name today.
Absolutely. Take This seeks to offer perspective and hope to anyone who feels overwhelmed with their mental health issues so they do not suffer in silence. And please, please, please remember, for Speedrun Ragnarok, all the proceeds that are raised, all the funding that's raised throughout this whole entire wonderful event is being passed directly to Take This. So please get your donations in because it's helping towards an absolutely fantastic cause.
We are coming up on the last boss fight before we want to close off the bid war. Now, we don't have to close off as soon as the boss goes down. I got to do a little bit of running around, maybe do a shopping trip before I really would need to know. But if you are trying to get into any donations for that bid war, you are coming up on it, because I know sometimes the donation system can take a little bit to turn over, and they don't want it to come in just a little bit late. So definitely go get those bids in now.
Right, I'm refreshing the page actively. Not only that, I'm just putting it out there again that Bubble Monkey and Buzz Buzz are both tied right now for $20 each, so they are currently the top two. Get those donations in if you want to shift this bid war a bit. Earthbound's absolutely fantastic. I remember watching my brother play this. I attempted playing this game. Sadly, I just never had enough time. I don't have a lot of time to ever make it through RPGs nowadays, but yeah, I was playing for a while, and I know big feels, but This is absolutely. I loved Earthbound when I had the chance to, dedicate some time into playing it. And so I'm very glad to be able to host for this block. When I saw that I was popping up and hosting for your run, I was very excited. Especially after watching you play Jingle Cats, I was just like, oh man, Mike is absolutely fantastic. I love Jingle Cats, it's just too much. Is this, did you only have 2 runs in Speedrun Ragnarok? Or
Yeah, this and Jingle Cats.
Absolutely.
And then I had another RPG that was on the backup list. That is, I forget what it is in Japanese. It's Kigurumi Adventure. It is a game I played through a fan translation of originally. That's a dungeon crawler where you don't really level up so much as you beat up your enemies, which are stuffed animals, and wear them as Kigurumi. And then you can also mix and match your Kigurumi head, body, legs, mix and match your parts to make a custom Kigurumi to min-max your stats if you so desire.
I love just the animations and sprite work in this game. Like, it's just so good.
Correct. That is now none of it's actually graphically depicted in that game. Of course, that I don't think that game would ever get made, but that's essentially what it is. Stuffed animals attack you in your dreams. You beat them. Certain ones of them can be worn as Kigurumi. Including there's ducks, Norfolk ducks, there's dogs, there's cats, then there's also transformers, all kinds of Kigurumi in that game.
Just refreshing donations again. Nothing rolling in currently as of now.
So I usually talk about it on our way down here. So in the underworld, your enemies are dinosaurs. So in order to kind of really bring the skill into perspective, your party member sprites get replaced with these tiny versions of their sprites. Pokey's not meant to be here. Pokey does not have a tiny sprite sheet. So Pokey is dinosaur sized. Sea pendant. Where's the Franken badge? Aha! I didn't move the Franken badge over. I would have been really upset. And run.
Great catch.
We are good. So I've actually got all of the gear all the equipment I should say that I'm gonna need. I am gonna need more bombs to throw.
Sorry, I'm just ensuring on my end that the donations are still good to go.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last buy I do. Then I'm gonna teleport to Winters, and then I'm absolutely gonna need to know what we're doing because I need to go grab my party members before we head to Magic Camp.
Okay. Absolutely, nothing has changed from the last time we brought it up. Get those donations in. Let's go, let's go.
Well, that went to the wrong person. That's all right. Alright, so I'm taking the last save now, and I don't have it pulled up. It's going to be MyOhMyke and BuzzBuzz.
Let me check. Last close. No extra donations. Yes, it's MyOhMyke and BuzzBuzz.
Alright, I know I'm standing right next to MyOhMyke, and I'm gonna have to come back to get MyOhMyke later. The party system in Earthbound has, we'll say, player characters, your normal 4 kids, Nez, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. And then there are guest characters that join throughout the game. The game supports up to 2 guest characters, but that's not the same thing as saying the game lets you have a party of 6. You have 4 slots for your party members, and you have 2 guest slots, and those are 2 separate things. They just happen to be on the screen together at the same time. If I grab the MyOhMyke now, in order to get BuzzBuzz, Pokey's brother Pokey needs to join the party, and Pokey may overwrite the MyOhMyke. So I'm going to come back for MyOhMyke just to make sure we keep MyOhMyke around the way that we want to. I would also teleport to Onet, but I can't actually walk from the bottom half of Onet to the top because we haven't cleared the prologue, so all the roadblocks are still in the way. They're not there visually, but there is an invisible wall there stopping you from moving. I think I'm in the right spot now. I'm also gonna save the game here, just in case something weird happens when we're in the middle of party recruitment.
Okay.
When you start grabbing characters out of order, the game has a tendency to crash, but sometimes, not always. In the same situation, it'll just choose to crash or choose not to crash. It'll choose to load the sprites correctly or not to. So I know what we're trying to do. Whether or not we get there nice and clean and simple is a totally different question.
All right. Well, with that, since that bid war is now closed, I want to go over a couple things currently. So we have 2 more goals that you can donate to for incentive wise. They're 2 post-marathon goals. We have the Valkyrie Adventure. Chat plays choose your own story, but the Valkyries are this story. And then not only that, but Natara and Margie race Final Fantasy IV Worlds Collide. Those are 2 goals that you can drop some cash towards. Not only that, but we have bid wars. Pardon me, a couple more bid wars going on. One going for the take this stretch goal for dyeing the staff dyeing their hair. Currently, Blue is in the lead. Not only that, don't forget we have which Valk has to learn Alf. Natara is currently in the lead with that. I would really like to see Sparko take the lead on that, but Sparko's kind of there with $30. And then we have a whole bunch of Final Fantasy IV bid wars, and that will be it. So please ensure while you're donating to check out those last incentives and put your money towards all that. We are sitting currently at $15,191, trying to reach that 20,000 stretch goal. MyOhMyke, I have a quick question. Is this your first? I had to ask my girlfriend for this, but this is definitely not your first Speedrun Ragnarok that you've attended, right?
No. Though I can't remember what it was I ran in the last event. I think for RPGs we love, I ran Live a Live. Also, I realized the character was doing a dance on the screen.
Yeah.
The scripting here is that BuzzBuzz appears. BuzzBuzz floats by Pokey's head. You need Pokey in the party or the game will crash. And then after flying around Pokey's head, BuzzBuzz will fly around Ness's head. Until Buzz Buzz flies around Ness's head, the characters are programmed to stare in the direction of Buzz Buzz. Buzz Buzz flew off to the east looking for Ness. So until we change areas, they're going to keep trying to face the east on every frame. They're also going to try to face the direction I'm moving in on every frame. So you get the shuffle there, the Buzz Buzz shuffle.
The Buzz Buzz shuffle.
Before I say it, I should have done this. You know what? Let's see what happens when we get there. Because now we're gonna go recruit Bubble Monkey. But as I said before, I've got 3 party members and 2 guest characters, so I've got less than the max, but both of the guest party member slots are full. So when we recruit Bubble Monkey, a couple of things might happen. Bubble Monkey might join the party, and then Bubble Monkey's sprite disappears, in which case Bubble Monkey will join the party in combat, and then immediately die on the first turn, which is not what we want. We don't need to have Bubble Monkey in the party. What may also happen is that Bubble Monkey's sprite disappears, but Picky will follow the party as if Picky were the Bubble Monkey, which is visually amusing, but still not what we want. The game could also just crash. The Bubble Monkey could just walk off the screen. What long story short is, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here, but I do have a plan in place in case something not quite desired happens here. But let's see. You know what I need to do? I need to load in the drugstore. Can't find a drugstore without the drugstore. There we go. That should be Onet. Southwest. South a bit.
Goodness.
There we go. And we're gonna reset the room because I can't actually talk to anybody that way. I'm gonna say one more time. It's a monkey at the entrance. Take the monkey. He's really noisy. If you buy this bubble gum, you can have the monkey for free. Otherwise, the monkey's $1. So we got a pack of bubble gum. We're gonna give the bubble gum to the bubble monkey. Here you go. So Picky disappeared. Bubble Monkey walks to the end of the party, and Bubble Monkey turned into Picky, and that's not exactly what we want, but I'm gonna see what Picky does when we go outside, because sometimes this is funny. Yep. So Picky thinks he's the Bubble Monkey. The Bubble Monkey will stop every couple of steps, do a little jiggling and catch back up, which is what Picky is doing. Unfortunately, that means Picky's going to be in the battle party, though. So here's what I'm gonna do. And the other thing I'm gonna do is Pokey lost the bid war. This is Pokey %.
Oh no.
But this is also MyOhMyke made this category and makes up the rules.
Oh no. What are you about to do, MyOhMyke?
So what I've done, just in case the recruiting didn't go right, because I've had the game crash a lot on me this week, is I've turned this protractor into the debug menu. I'm not going to go too far into it right now. If we have time, I will get into it. The debug menu is going to let me drop first, second, third, fourth party member from the party. Pokey, you've been with us. Your name is on the category. It's on the bottom of the screen right there, Pokey %. But you've contributed absolutely nothing. You are the weakest link. Go away. And I'm also going to get rid of Picky so that I can add back in our good friend, the Bubble Monkey. Now, mind you, ooh, Bubble Monkey, I hit the wrong button, I believe, my friend Bubble Monkey. Come back here. You know what, let me zone, because maybe his graphics just not loaded in. Nope, Bubble Monkey has loaded in as Picky, and the phone booth has turned into Picky. None of this, this is, you see what I mean? You see what I mean with this game? What has happened here? Okay, I'm just gonna hit reset. So, I don't know what happened there, but that's why I hit the save button before I recruited the Bubble Monkey. Let's try all of that again. Protractor, debug menu, Pokey gone, Picky gone, and let's get the Bubble Monkey. Now you might also be asking, hey, wait a minute, isn't Buzz Buzz also in the party? And the answer to that question is yes, but actually no. Buzz Buzz is part of the battle party, but does not take up a slot on the guest roster. Why it is Buzz Buzz different, I'm not sure, but Buzz Buzz is just different. And now we've got our Bubble Monkey. Now we will go to the tent out here because we're actually ready to go to Magic Ant now.
Oh, that was too much.
Do I have a skip sandwich? Nope. I already walked away. I could have grabbed a skip sandwich. I walked away. We're just going to take a nice leisurely jog down here to this tent.
That sounds like an integral part of a speedrunner's diet.
A skip sandwich? Yes. Yes it is. I didn't really think about it that way before. Let's save the game right here. Now you'll notice the only thing on the screen there is the tent. There's not a whole lot of graphics in the tent. It's not visually complicated. So the tile sheet for the tent's actually very, very small. So rather than waste all of that space, the tent actually shares a tile set with someplace else that's very important, and that's Magic Ant. So we're actually going to go right from that tent in Winters all the way to Magic Ant, which is very close to the end of the game. What makes this skip so great is usually to get to Magic Ant, you have to go there. I guess spoilers if you haven't played it. You're gonna end up going here with Ness, or I guess in this case with Jeff, all by themselves. No party members to help you. And the enemies there are pretty tough. If you don't know that part of the game is coming and you're not really prepared, that can be very tough, especially on your first playthrough. We don't have any of those worries. We're gonna bring in a full party, which is gonna keep us nice and safe if we had to fight anything. I've got, I went shopping. I've got multiple extra ammo, so if you do run into anything out there, we're gonna be fine. And the boss fight's gonna be super simple. But also, there are going to be no random enemy spawns. The only thing that's going to be around are the Krakens, because the Krakens are forced pops. They're going to be there no matter what I do.
It's just so funny how Bubble Monkey just stops in like this black void while you're transitioning through areas.
I don't know what Bubble Monkey stopped to stare at.
Just nothing. Earthbound has such an interesting OST as well.
Or we can wait to the next boss fight. The debug menu, you can get to the debug menu without the use of any kind of cheat codes or any kind of patches, anything like that. You can just get there in the vanilla game. I can't remember if to do it from the spot in ONET you need to do some other steps first, but short version is if you can go slightly out of bounds near Ness's house to the very northeast corner of ONET, and keep checking the northeast pixel of ONET, sometimes the debug menu will appear. Now, if you want better description, you'll need somebody who knows the inner workings of the game a little bit better than I do. But you can get the debug menu to appear in a vanilla copy of the game. No Game Genie, no nothing. You just make it show up. The debug menu was not translated, so you do have to, you'll probably need a guide to help you get through there. But it lets you add and remove party members. It will also let you, level up, level down your characters, heal them. You can also test out the status effects. It also has a feature where you can add items to your inventory, go through the whole hint system of the game. All sorts of neat features in the debug menu. There's also a second debug menu that's a little bit harder to access. That starts up when you boot up the game, if you do what you need to get it to boot up at the start of the game. And that has like a map viewer or a tile viewer. That has a completely different set of functions. But debug menus are pretty neat in this game to go check them out. Oh no! If I get into this fight, I'll be okay. I just don't want to. Can you go away? I didn't trust it. I didn't trust it. Come. Yep. No. I got stuck on the rock.
Well, dropping some love real quick. So we just peaked past 100 viewers for, I know this early for me. I don't know if it's quite early for you, Mike, but wherever anyone is at, if it's morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, welcome back to Speedrun Ragnarok. We are on the last day. Literally, we have 6 more runs until hitting the finale for Speedrun Ragnarok. We're currently sitting at $15,191 currently. Looking at Mike running Pokey percent. For Earthbound. This whole event started Sunday of last week or last weekend, so a wonderful job. And all the funds are being raised directly in support for Take This. I'm distracting one more time. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. We have a couple more bid wars and goals opened up. If you'd like to donate, please check out in the chat. And I'm going to have a nice sip of my coffee now.
We have a very long wall of text here that's explaining so much about the story and about Magicant. And then immediately after that, Jeff will level up. Not Jeff with the glasses and the bottle rockets. Not Jeff, the master of Starstorm. Not our favorite thing, Jeff. Not our favorite food, Jeff. The Jeff that we cut from the party 2.5 minutes into the run. That Jeff is level 1, and that Jeff is about to get 200,000 experience points that are not skippable. So this is a wall of text. This is the definition of a big old wall of text. Because we're gonna get to about level 35 on Jeff. That was 160 hit point level up, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's a lot of hit points.
That's a lot.
And it'd be so nice if those experience points would go on Jeff, the current party leader. I'm sorry, Misako, the current party leader, but it's hard coded to go to Jeff with the baseball cap.
Oh shucks.
Now, after this cutscene, after we get through all the text, there's gonna be a cutscene of us visiting all of the melody locations that we skipped in the game. But it's going to do so in an extremely rapid fire fashion. The screen's going to flicker through different images a lot. I will let you know when that scene is over, but if that is something you need to be aware of to look away, now's a good time to look away. I'll let you know when we are past that scene. I believe this scene was also modified in future re-releases of the game for photosensitivity reasons.
God, Earthbound is so good, and the way you showcasing your skill and doing this run, and not only that, just bringing the entertainment as well is absolutely wonderful, Mike. That when you open up that debug menu, I lost it.
I had to, obviously I had to play it for the wars, because I'd never seen it do that before, where Pokey became a telephone. What I did have the other day, which is when I realized I need to really have a backup plan in place, is Pokey joined a party at Pokey's normal location, but Pokey didn't join the party. The meteorite that starts the whole game turned into Pokey, and the meteorite joined the party, which immediately soft locked the game because Buzz was trying to come down on a beam of light into the meteorite, which no longer existed. So the game stopped. Just that was it. That's when I realized I'm gonna need to figure out another way to get through this in case something funny happens. Because the next time I tried that, I think one of the roadblocks that are just down the hill, that turned into Picky and joined the party. So Picky is just weird, and I used to say flying man, if you ever try to do anything having a flying man in the party when you're not supposed to, the game gets very unstable. For whatever reason, the flying man makes things crash more than other guest characters. But I was wrong, because I hadn't really done a lot with Picky, I guess. That was something else.
That is very, very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of very wonky things that can happen with Earthbound runs. That's for sure.
Oh, I doubled up on this wall attack. No. See, should have been mashing B. Remember I said earlier, don't mash B? No, you gotta mash B.
Oh, no.
Now, mind you, Dr. Analyst just said, hey, somebody came and stole something from the device, and we just hop in. And it's like, hey, it doesn't work. I wonder why. I never really understood that, but the exploded sprites are pretty funny.
They just smiley face.
Wait, nope, that's gonna take me to the hotel. I need to just go to Winners. So because we need to go to Onett, and it would be faster just to teleport to Onett and go up to where I want to go, or at least go to a save point there. I could have saved in the hotel now that I think about it, but problem is that the roadblocks are so we still never cleared the prologue. We never fought Starman Jr., and we definitely never took Pokey and Picky home. And if you're wondering why I cut them out through the debug menu rather than take them home, it's because the game will crash. That cutscene, after Pokey and Picky leave, the dad will walk up to Ness to talk to Ness, but Ness isn't there, so he'll walk off screen for about 2.5 minutes to go find Ness and talk to him. After that, Pokey's mom will walk up to Ness to talk to him. That takes about another 2.5 minutes. Then after that, Pokey's mom will smack Buzz, and Buzz will very slowly fly down to the ground to give his last words, but will do so from off screen, which will just take an impossibly long amount of time. So that's not gonna work either. So you just got to had to come out through the debug menu, only because we needed Buzz. Again, when Buzz appears, Buzz has to fly to Pokey, and if Pokey's not around, the game will crash there as well.
Goodness gracious.
But I think it was worth it to keep Buzz in the bid war, because you don't really get to see a whole lot of Buzz otherwise. I just don't know how else you can get Buzz in the party, because Buzz isn't a party member, so I can't add Buzz through the debug menu either, even if that's how I wanted to do it. We are taking a little bit of a hike. I could have bought a skip sandwich, but the money route is so tight in this category that I don't really know if I could. I think I'd be better served using skip sandwich money on more super bombs.
You said that skip sandwich.
You also notice the enemy spawns have been turned back on, and the place is crawling with very powerful enemies that I do not want to fight.
Goodness gracious.
But after really dodging them, I should also point out that if you're on a staircase, you can't get into an encounter, and we are, air quote, on a staircase, so we're actually perfectly safe. Which is why another reason why you take the longer path around to go get your meteorite piece.
There's so much that goes into these runs. It's been a lot of air quotes coming from you, Mike.
Yes.
For a lot of
the first boss fight of the run is very difficult, and then after that, it's like I'm just gonna ignore all the game mechanics. Whatever. Why do I feel like I'm...
Very nice.
Need a little more money. I forget to sell something. Oh, I gotta fix. I don't even think I could sell that actually. I've sold everything. I have somehow in my notes or in a route change lost an item I need to sell so I get 2 multi-bottle rockets here. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And since since Misaka's going to be so important, I'd rather her have extra super bombs than a second multi-bottle rocket. That can be routed around. Misaka running out of ammunition is not something that can be routed around really. Saturn Valley. Mike, you big dummy! Look at what I've done. So remember how we teleported to Saturn Valley? We didn't go to Saturn Valley. We just teleported there. Since I didn't walk to Saturn Valley, I can't teleport there. So that would normally be a pretty big time loss. But hey, we're just gonna do.
Hey, real quick, if you would like to continue supporting Take This after the marathon, they have a Patreon account at patreon.com. TakeThis.org, where you can pledge your support on a monthly basis. Not only that, if you shop on Amazon as well, you could support Take This via the Amazon Smile program. The Amazon Smile Foundation will donate a percentage of your purchase to Take This, and not only that, adding one more thing in. I shop, and I am actually a Humble Choice subscriber. So if you buy games at humblebundle.com, you can choose Take This as your charity of choice to support with your purchases as well. So Mike, did you do your teleport by any chance?
Yeah, we're all good.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah, so you unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley by walking in the front door of Saturn Valley, not by going to Saturn Valley, not by doing anything here. You have to walk through that cave. If you forget to do that like I did, and you don't have the debug menu like you usually won't, you can get here by another method that I can't remember because it's been a while since I've made that mistake. Because usually what happens is, and that cutscene via teleporting here, I say, hey, this doesn't unlock the teleport to Saturn Valley. I need to walk through this cave real quick. But I didn't explain it out loud, and then I forgot, which is why I usually talk to myself during these speedruns so that this doesn't happen.
Where are we going, Mike? Where are we going?
We are going back to the past to go fight Gygus. And the phase sword is going to take us there. We're going to get our last, most ultimate version of Starstorm here. And then we're going to totally go fight Gygus right now. Except not quite yet. As the story's about to explain, we are in the right place to fight Gygus. However, we are not far enough back into the past. Gygus is many years in the past, and we're going to use the Phases Order 3 to go back in time far enough to fight Gygus. There's just one catch with the Phases Order 3. It cannot transport living things. Therefore, and again, photosensitivity warning, lots of flashing in this cutscene. In fact, I'm going to wait at the text box here just a little bit to give people a chance to tune away. But we're going to do this without any other explanation. We're just going to take our souls and put them into some robots to send back to the past. Also, I'm gonna mute the game because that just will get on my nerves. Yeah, I actually got the music still in the background here from our break times. Much happier music. Now I'm dancing. I don't have the camera, but I'm dancing anyway. Also, Buzz is here.
Please. Wow, this has been an absolutely fantastic run. I've been enjoying this. Is really, really entertaining content to wake up to. And not only that, but just some great blocks for this final day of Speedrun Ragnarok 2020. I saw a Game Boy F9 in chat who should be coming up, I think, 2 blocks after this, showcasing and running Warrior Dragon. So I'm excited to see that as well, be staying up. Mike, did you get some sleep before this run?
I did get some sleep. After basically all evening last night, my ISP decided I wasn't allowed to have any kind of upstream bandwidth. So I'm gonna be honest, I was up later than I wanted to be. Not that there was anything I could do by staying up to fix the internet, but just worried about whether or not the internet was going to start working time. And thankfully it did. We're getting the run in. Haven't dropped that many frames. So it all worked out in the end, but that doesn't keep you from being up all night worried about. But I did get some sleep. I'm gonna go right back to bed as soon as we're done here, though. For sure.
Yes, please. Naughty ISP. Well, you know what? I am very, very glad that you were able and committed to being able to stream and showcase and do the speedrun of Earthbound. It's very, very good. Naughty ISP. Yeah, make sure after this run, when you're finished, please get some good rest. And that goes for everybody else who's up in chat who might have stayed up during the previous blocks. We are getting into the early hours of the morning over here in Mountain Time. I'm over in Mountain Time. But please do some self-care. If you stayed up, go get some sleep after this.
Yes, there will be VODs of everything. So you can get caught up. You don't have to miss anything. Please go get some rest and take care of yourselves. If you don't get the rest now, you're going to need to get the rest later for the other runs that you want to watch as well. The last day is very, very good.
Yes, and just giving a shout out.
MyOhMyke looks so worried. MyOhMyke is so concerned. So 2 things to note for the Gygas fight here. Gygas can open with PK your favorite thing alpha or PK your favorite thing beta. Alpha is not a problem. Beta will one-shot my party. So normal strategy here. Have Paula put up the PK shield. She's got to be at least level 26 to have the spell. Put up the PK shield on everybody. Block the attack. Hope you don't die on the first turn. You get past the first turn, you're great. But we have Buzz in the party. Now Buzz has a very high speed and is scripted to cast PK shield every turn. So you guys donate to make the boss fight a little bit easier for me. So thank you for adding Buzz to the party. There's my PK shield. I get a little bit of extra damage off on the first turn because Misako does not need to cast here. The other problem is Bubble Monkey's in the party. I love Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey's very cute. Bubble Monkey may attack Gygas. If Bubble Monkey attacks Gygas, that damage will get reflected back to me. I think Bubble Monkey doesn't really have a stat table, so it's not going to deal that much damage back to me. If you have something like the Flying Man or Dungeon Man in the party, that can add up. That damage will add up very quickly. And if it takes out Misako, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. See, there's the damage inflicted. Just one from Buzz. It'll probably just be one from Bubble Monkey. But if you decide to bring like Flying Man or Dungeon Man here, that is something to be concerned about in this final fight.
We're getting close to the end of this run.
Oh, the Bubble Monkey kill! Oh my goodness! I'm sorry, I cut you off.
As I say hype, your mic getting hype. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep bringing these donations early in the morning. Let's bring the hype.
The 1 hit point kill on the first phase. Okay, sure. Now that we're in phase 2 of the fight, we could talk about how the Gaius fight works from here. Gaius only has 3 attacks at this point, one of which is PK Flash. It doesn't tell you what any of the abilities are. You kind of have to just judge from how your party members react. PK Flash has a chance to just one-hit kill your characters. That's what happened to Jeff the Second on the screen here. PK Flash just knocked him out in just as a stats effect. Gaius also has a lightning attack, which will deal a significant amount of damage. That's why Masako has the Franklin badge. It will just reflect that lightning damage back. The C pendant will block PK Flash, so Masako's safe from that. The only attack I have to worry about is this attack that has a chance to cause Masako to be frozen and lose a turn. That only deals 9 damage. So theoretically, if I get frozen 10 to 15 times over the next 20 turns, that could be a problem. But the combination of items we've got on Masako are going to keep her almost entirely safe from this Gaius fight, and the only issue is whether or not I have enough damage to get out of the second phase, and that last super bomb just put me over the finish line. We've just got the 3rd phase left here. At this point, there is no more damage to deal out. As a matter of fact, after the 1st phase, the best situation to be in is what I have right here, where everybody but Paula is knocked out. That way you don't have to hit their menus, you don't have to read their text. They're just out of the way, and you can just get to the character that matters, get the command out, and get through only that text. At this point, it is just a countdown through 9 turns of using the pray command to ask for help, and we're going to get to see all the friends we made along the way on this journey. And since Buzz is in the party, a little bit of, I suppose, behind the scenes here, you have an invisible party leader, I believe is how it works, in the middle of the cutscene here, and Buzz is flying around their head, and that's how you're getting their camera angle here of Dr. Andernuts, Apple Kid, and Mr. Saturn's in Saturn Valley, suddenly becoming very worried for your success and praying for the safety of Jeff and his friends. We're going to see all the friends we made along the way through the last phase of the fight here, or at least the friends we should have made along the way had we played a glitched category.
All right. Almost there, Mike.
Almost there.
Got the background
The
for this
Runaway
thing.
5. The Runaway 5 are a band, a traveling band that you have to help out a couple of times through your journey, but they always repay their favors. Maybe not equally financially, as you may or may not hand over a whole diamond on their behalf, but they do help you out when you're in trouble. We're going to get to see all of our party members' families, starting with, I believe it's a preschool. I want to say it's a preschool that Paula's parents run, and all of the kids at home who miss Paula very, very much. After the final boss, you get to go around and visit and talk to all of the characters and friends you've met. You also get 3 letters from people who are important to your various party members, one of which is a letter from the kids to Misako, which is super adorable.
Mike, I know you're explaining a little bit of what's happening throughout the end portion of the game, but we have a question in chat. Again, just asking, what is Pokey percent?
Pokey percent is usually a category where instead of Ness being the hero of legend that the Apple of Enlightenment prophesized, We trade Ness out from the party, never to be seen again, and Ness's spot in the party is replaced by Pokey. When I first started trying to route out this category, it was just generally a play the game without Ness category, but it just ended up being faster to get Pokey pretty early in the run, so it morphed into Pokey %. But it started out as just a play without Ness challenge type of run. I'd like to cut out the rest of the party members, but I haven't figured out how to really do it in a time efficient manner yet. Especially playing without any kind of teleport would just maybe not be that fun, but the reason why I worded it that way is when I first started routing it out, I think it was before that stairs glitch in Threed was known about. So what it actually would do is instead of starting the game with Jeff, you actually start the game with Pooh, and you needed to get him out of that area without finishing his training. If he finishes the training, Ness joins the party, and you can't get rid of Ness. So you would do a stairs glitch all the way from Dalam all the way to the Cave of the Past to go to the Lost Underworld, where he'd have to solo one of the dinosaurs to get enough EXP to teleport out and go back to Onet. And that was a pain. So I'm glad I found the way to go about it. Oh, we did lose a turn. That's okay.
Oh, Mike, do we have a little bit of space that I can just read off a couple of take this things as well?
Absolutely.
All right. So take this. Of course, where all of the proceeds from this event being raised are going directly to. Take This provides education on mental illness so that friends, family members, and coworkers can be better allies to those who are suffering. Not only that, Take This reaches out to gaming companies to help them promote healthier and more productive work environments and ensure they have methods in place for helping employees who suffer from mental illness. So that massive number that you see in the bottom left-hand corner, all the funding. Not only that, I'm very, very sure that subs, cheers raised on the RPG Valkyries channel are being passed over as well. So all the funding going towards an absolutely fantastic cause.
Suddenly, Jeff's mother felt terribly uneasy, and unfortunately, Jeff is still in that basement, I suppose, waiting to be rescued.
And I also see, thank you Sparkle for dropping the merch command. RPG Valkyrie's official merch shop is back again with a wider selection of items than ever before. They have tees, hoodies, and tanks. But not only that, they added football jerseys, baseball tees, and face masks, which Mike was planning on saying that I think he said that the face masks look absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
I want a hoodie myself. So I'm going to be checking that out after this run. Thank you for dropping that command.
That is time at the start of the last start of the text box for the last prayer command is time. I believe
nice.
The time is there on Pajama Percent as well, because I think it used to be you couldn't run the credits. Technically you could roll the credits post game now.
Put your GGs in chat. Pop them in there. Very good job, Mike.
Thank you. Which run is next?
So up next we have I Am Starbird going to be running Fantasy Star. Not only that, but passing on host to Demarine. So that's going to be a really nice segue into another fantastic block. So as I said, I think we only have 6 more blocks until the finale for Speedrun Ragnarok 2020. So we're creeping closer and closer to the end of this wonderful event hosted by the RPG Valkyries, or organized, excuse me, by the RPG Valkyries, directly in support for Take This. So currently sitting at $15,191, trying to reach that 20,000 stretch goal. Some absolutely wonderful blocks coming up throughout the rest of the day. I'm really looking forward to these final blocks for this event. I'm going to be dropping one more donate.
We definitely don't have enough time on the schedule, especially since it's not on the game on the run clock to run the credits. But if we do have about 2 minutes, there is one last thing I would like to show off that actually, I should say, I've managed to do consistently a couple of days ago, but I've been trying off and on to replicate this glitch since I started running Pajama Percent and stumbled into the glitch then as well. I wasn't able to finally reproduce it until the other day, where I think having Buzz in the party is what makes the whole thing work. But normally at this point in the game, you've defeated Gygus, you've saved the world. Now you can bring Paul asks you to walk her home. Sorry, Misako asks you to walk her home. And then you head back home, look at the photos, roll the credits. But Jeff's not here. The only real party member we're going to have in the party is Misako, because Jeff are going to leave. They're going to go home. We're going to have Misako and Bubble Monkey in this case. Not Pokey Pig. We're going to have Bubble Monkey. So we're going to see what happens if Misako walks Misako home and then Misako leaves the party because Misako goes home. What usually has happened to me, which is not what I wanted to happen, is the game will just explode in a beautiful array of colors on the screen, which looks great. But what I actually was able to do the other day was something totally different. And since I've got the debug menu on me, we'll be able to hop around very quickly. There won't be any setup time. I just need everybody's spirits to come back to their bodies here. Then we'll go right to Tucson, walk ourselves home, and see what happens when you have, again, 0 party members. Because you have party members that are real party members who have hit points, and then you have guest characters. And there's another situation where I'm not really sure what's going to happen because I haven't done this with Bubble Monkey, and I've only done this with Pokey and Picky. I like how Jeff shakes both of their hands. Poor Jeff. Jeff is so shy. Poor Jeff.
Such a very entertaining run, Mike. Thank you very much.
There we go. So now, goods, protractor, teleport to Tucson. Let's have Bubble Monkey walk Misako back home.
No. Just blocks the taxi.
Come on, Bubble Monkey to out over there. Let's see. I really don't know what might happen. All right, so we're now Bubble Monkey. There are no party members. We're Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey is offset because Bubble Monkey is over there trying to fall behind a party that doesn't exist. But when we move, MyOhMyke sprite resets. So let's see. Does MyOhMyke has a backstage pass and the for sale sign in inventory. Let's check out MyOhMyke's stats. Oh. Yep. So that is Earthbound, everybody. Thank you for the little bit. I know this we're tight on time. Thank you for letting me show that off real quick at the end. Please donate to the rest of the incentives and the bid wars. The money's going to a fantastic cause. Take this is fantastic. I've taken advantage of the AFK room every event I've been to that they've had one. It is fantastic. And I will see everybody next time.